2025 was the year of handheld gaming. We had a plethora of options with all of the top-of-the-line Snapdragons and AMD APUs pumping out super smooth high frame rates, faster than your mum slipper flying across the room when you order your 126th handheld. Yet, amid all the competition, one device stood out as my personal favorite and in many ways my handheld of the year. And it ain't no beefy spec unit, it is in fact this little guy here, the TrimUI Brick, or TrimUI Brick, whatever you want to call it. This is Jehan and welcome to Respawn 529. The Brick isn't the most powerful or flashiest device, but it does one thing very well that the others don't. It fits in my pocket and I don't have to worry about it getting beaten down because it's built like a brick, pun intended. And you can get one for around $75. This has to be my most used device of the year given how easy it is to just pick up and get going. But don't get me wrong, there's a lot more happening with this device and I'm going to cover it all today, so stay tuned. The Brick arrives in a neat no-nonsense box, bundled with an SD card, a USB cable and two sets of spare shoulder buttons. At just 159 grams, this device is pretty compact and slips effortlessly into any pocket. But for those of you wanting an even more luxury Apple-like premium feel, the Brick Hammer variant upgrades to a full metal body at around $100, though it naturally brings an added weight, bringing the total weight to around 196 grams. Out of the box, the Brick comes preloaded with ROMs and emulators and its own firmware ready for instant play, though custom firmwares are the way to go if you want to unlock its true potential. Coming to the build quality, this is where the Brick truly shines. The ABS plastic shell feels premium and solid, no creaks, no flex. This just got me thinking how good the metal Brick Hammer would feel. The device features customizable RGB lighting, a strip across the top, under the shoulders, and glowing function buttons for some nice flair. Ports include a USB-C for charging and data at the bottom, another USB-C for OTG at the top, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and a micro SD slot. The device also features Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, making it really convenient to update and install new packages. The flat, sleek design makes this a device for easy pocketability, making it ideal for quick 20 to 30 minute gaming bursts rather than a marathon of playing. The pocketability and ease of access alone got me using this device way more than any other device in my arsenal. Now let's talk about that screen, and it's a great one indeed. It's a 3.2-inch IPS screen with a resolution of 1024 by 768, bringing in a staggering 400 plus ppi on a tiny 4:3 display. Most emulation up to the PS1 looks and feels great on the screen. Game Boy and GBA titles look pixel perfect with vibrant colors and sharp details. And the bezels are minimum, which makes it look very modern. It's bright enough for outdoor use, laminated for no air gap, and far superior to rivals like the Miyoo Mini Plus, which often appear blurry in comparison. I would go on to say this is the best screen on a sub-$100 handheld bar none. So let's talk about the controls here. The controls are responsive and tailored for 2D games, though there's no analog sticks here. The D-pad is clicky and precise for platformers and has a decent pivot, making diagonal presses fun, and they do indeed simulate an analog stick when needed. The face buttons are snappy and the shoulder buttons feel solid for what you'll be playing here. The tiny L2 R2 triggers are inline and can be a weak point for extended use, but the swappable extras in the box do help. Most PSP and PS1 games manage fine with D-pad controls, and honestly I'd rather not have them given how slick and not having them makes the device. Let's talk about what's under the hood here. Powered by an all-winner A133P CPU, PowerVR G8300 GPU and 1GB RAM, the Brick handles emulation brilliantly up to the PS1. Game Boy, NES, SNES, Genesis, everything runs at full speed. Heavy PS1 games like Dino Crisis run smoothly without skips. PSP titles ran great with around 40 frames per second, making them playable though with occasional glitches. But let's be honest, this is where the device reaches its limit. If you really wanted to play anything beyond the PSP, you'd rather have a larger screen, and the games on those platforms aren't of the pick up and play variety, which is what this device excels at. Besides, you do have access to native ports of games like Celeste and Stardew Valley. This device sticks to being portable and easy to use, and that is where it excels and what makes it fun. The 3000 mAh battery gives me around 4 hours on demanding emulation with excellent sleep mode functionality. Coming to software, while the stock OS is decent, you really unlock the best performance and features on custom firmwares like MinUI or Nully. Personally, I use NextUI, which gives me the best balance of customization and performance. Now, compared to its competitors, the Brick hits the sweet spot. It outshines the Miyoo Mini Plus in screen sharpness, power, and build, while remaining pocketable. Ambonix RG35XX series is bulkier with sticks, but is certainly less portable and not as slick looking. Higher end options like the Retroid Pocket Mini and Pocket Classic offer more power but at a greater size and cost. The Brick is my Goldilocks choice, tiny, capable, and affordable. In an industry dominated by all the Aya Neos, Retroids, and Odins, the TrimUI Brick won by just being malleable enough to fit into our busy lives. Whether on a commute, at the gym, or bedside, it's always there and disappearing into your pocket until needed. It's not the most powerful, but it's the most usable and enjoyable. I can't wait to see what TrimUI have planned next, and they're certainly on my most watched list. Do you have a favorite handheld for the year, or are you looking forward to picking up a new handheld in 2026? I'd love to know in the comments. See you in the next video, and thanks for watching.